Robyn came into our family specifically to live plural marriage. I wanted to sit on a porch with my sister wives.
Welcome down the rabbit hole, friends. Word on the street is that Kody and Robyn are rocking their relationship, rocking monogamy, and rocking so hard that they're rocking Kody's kid from his prior relationships with his prior wives right out of their lives. And you know I can't keep my mouth shut about this bullshit.
Next time on Sisterwives, our whole lives are being unwound. Nothing's like it was. Everything's changed.
Except for Robyn. Robyn hasn't changed at all. She's still the queen of tears and acting like, I don't even know what's going on here. I had no idea there were even any relationship issues in this family. I'm so in the dark. In this closet where I slept in Melty's house while I was ousting her real mom from our lives.
One for each because we're not cool enough to have one kid for 12 cannons.
Okay, so we all know that Melty told Robyn and Kody first about the pregnancy, and this is just so Melty. What more can we say? She loves doing stuff like this all the time, any day, anywhere. She's like a weird anti-hero, an agent of chaos. But whatevs. We know Melty is always going to play both sides.
I was really happy that, even though there's like strife and struggle, they're still like, well, this is still a family. We can still try to be a family, which is ultimately always what I've wanted.
I've got to be honest with you. I've always wondered if she's in a situation where she enjoys financial benefits from both sides, like both parents helping her out. So of course she would need to keep both of those relationships going strong.
Is that even through the separation that my family is still a family, just different.
Yeah, I think it says something that they're willing to get together for big life stuff. Tells you that there's still something there.
But I don't know, guys. I mean, maybe I'm off base here, but I kind of feel like it's really selfish to be like, well, everything's fine and dandy and hunky-dory for me, when the rest of your siblings might really be struggling, especially Janelle's boys.
We have never, with all of our kids, pushed them out the door when they turned 18. He wants his kids to come home, but now all of a sudden when it doesn't suit him, we need to push them out the door at 18. I've done everything I can for them. I'm like...
In all honesty, for a long time now, I felt like Kody does not treat his sons fairly, as evidenced by how abruptly and unfairly he insisted Janelle's boys be kicked out of the house during COVID.
That doesn't even compute for me. There's adult children at Robyn's house that aren't being pushed out.
Well, Robyn's kids and families, they just live by different rules, Janelle. I mean, God, where have you been all this time?
Because they're obeying the rules.
Some of the kids are supporting me and some of the kids are not supporting me.
Supporting you, Kody? Your kids are or aren't supporting you? I thought that it was the parent who was supposed to provide the support in these kinds of like parent-child relationships, dude.
And sometimes it feels like it's based upon what the mothers are doing.
Right. Always blaming the mothers, right? Always blaming the mothers. I mean, never looking backwards on how polygamy really works, because it's well known throughout the community that many families chase off their boys early on. I feel like this is something that happened in Kody's own life and something that he's repeating in his family. On top of that, we've got the whole situation with Robyn coming in late in the relationship status, hanging on to her kids with all of her might and keeping them home, so that Kody ends up in a situation where he devotes all his time and energy to Robyn's children.
I've got one mother who has basically said to her children, we're all going to do this. We're going to support dad, and we're going to be careful about what we do. And
Kody. We all know Robyn is the one who wears the pants in that family. So what you really mean to say is that we've got one wife who runs this family, and that when others don't comply with her demands, they get booted out.
Here's the rules. You'll abide by dad's rules, or you'll have to figure out some other living arrangement.
But let's be honest with what's going on here. People like Melty and even Gwen, who's talked about it on her Patreon, are still receiving support from Kody and Robyn. Gwen specifically has stated that she knows for a fact she and a couple of her sisters have gotten thousands of dollars worth of financial support directly from Kody when they've needed it. I've always wondered how all the other kids in the family felt when they heard that on Gwen's Patreon, right? Is every kid receiving the same amount of money? Most likely not, especially not the male children in this family.
So I have a question for you.
But it's just interesting because I've been hearing a lot of off things about what really goes on in Robyn's house and with her kids on the back streets of Reddit.
I'm first going to just duck out of here and you can pause.
For example, this creator shared this message they received about Aurora and Brianna, and it just makes sense to me. It reads, Aurora and Brianna were filmed in the heart of the lockdown by a friend drinking at a house gathering, a party, saying insulting shit about Kody's other wives and kids. And when it circulated, Kody and Robyn literally sent their legal team and a cop to the girl who recorded and posted it and threatened and bullied her into removing the video and scrubbing it from her phone. I would not doubt that about TLC. Some people have saved it, but it gets taken down within a day of being reposted. Aurora and Brianna are not these innocent idiots they play on the TLC cameras. They are quite the opposite, which explains why they brought COVID home to their family. Okay, so I cannot confirm or deny this story about Brianna and Aurora, but it just makes the most amount of sense to me. They are older teenagers in their early 20s. Are they really staying home all the time and doing nothing? I think this has a lot more to do with making up an excuse as to why this family fell apart and not having to blame it on the concept of polygamy. Okay, so getting back to the kids, it just really breaks my heart to see how much several of Janelle's kids have been hurting, and then some of Christine's as well. I do think that Kody definitely has quote-unquote favorites in the family, and I don't know how much of a favorite they are. It's just more are they stroking his ego at that point in time? Are they doing something that he likes at that point in time? Well, then he's going to lavish them with the attention and affection that the other kids don't get. But it's sort of like an artificial attention and affection because it's not really geared towards a true or deep love that he has for them. It's just more about you're stroking my back, I'm gonna stroke yours. I've already shared with you guys, I am so over this season. I hate that we're so far behind, and I hate that it seems so artificial, having these moms be yeah, just maybe I'll finally leave Kody. I don't know how I feel about it. It's just been too much for me, but I do like hearing from the kids. I think it's a new outlook on what's going on with this family and with the show. Okay, so right now on the back streets of Reddit, there's just a lot of pictures and video coming in of Robyn and Kody spending time together one-on-one in a seemingly monogamous relationship out and about in places like Arizona and Las Vegas and just kind of hanging out with one another. Okay, so we get it. You're monogamous and you're happy and that's good on you. But what I really want to know about is what went down with the separation of the money and the property, and how was it made fair? How is it fair to Janelle and Christine and the other wives who really got screwed over? Because we all already know that Mary already has her shit together with her bed and breakfast, and she was out of there a long time ago, in my opinion. But I want to know how it was made fair for Janelle and Christine, because I still believe that the only reason that this monogamous relationship works between Robyn and Kody is because of all the money, all the support, the big beautiful house, never really having to go out and go to work or worry about anything or live on any kind of survival mode because you have it all, and it's due to the wives who came before you. So I want to know how they got taken care of at the end of all of these relationships. And even more importantly, in my mind, how did everything get sorted out with the kids? Kody, please tell me you are not just leaving these children behind. That's wrong, and you're a piece of shit if that's what you're thinking you can do. Yeah, so far this season is just not my cup of tea. And I'm so worried that the ending of the season is just going to be all about like, oh dear Lord, we never saw it coming. Janelle's leaving Kody. Like, no, we've known. Ugh, please don't do this to us. Either stop the show or get some more real life stuff going on. Like, what about more interviews with the kids about what's up with their relationship with their father? What about Kody getting real about what's going on with all the children he's basically abandoned? I need to see some real SHIT going on screen if I'm going to keep watching this show. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I hope you'll check back again tomorrow when we'll head down another rabbit hole.